Huzur says that before the last tour, I was mentioning about the companions of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, those who participated in the Ghazwa Badr. Their accounts and details I was mentioning in the Friday sermons. Today as well, the same subject is going to be started today. The companions who are mentioned today, one is Ammar bin Hazm. Hadhrat Ammar Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu, he was among those 70 companions who in Baitul Uqba Saniya, that is the second Bait, and his brother Hazm and Muammar bin Hazm, they both were companions. They participated in Badr and Ahad expeditions, the battles, and they participated along with the Holy Prophet ﷺ on the day of victory of Mecca. Banu Malik bin Najjar, the flag of them was in his hand. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, the Muakhat, the brotherhood of Ammara with Muaz bin Nazla, was established, made them brothers to one another. And after the demise of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, the conspiracy of the apostates, when it rose, and there was a fight after that. In that battle, Hadhrat, along with Khalid bin Walid, he fought in that battle. And in a battle of Yamama, he embraced martyrdom, and the name of the mother was Khalida. Abu Bakr bin Muhammad relates that Hadhrat Abdullah bin Sahal was bitten by a snake. Then the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that take him to Hadhrat Ammar bin Hazm so that he can breathe on it and pray. And people said that he is very close to death, this person. He said, you take him to Ammara, he will do the prayer and Allah Almighty will give the cure. Certainly, the Holy Prophet ﷺ must have taught him this prayer and the way of treatment. And it does not mean that the Holy Prophet ﷺ, they were depending on the prayer of Hadhrat Ammar and he could not do it himself. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ had appointed various people for various jobs, and behind that, anyway, that the pure power of the Holy Prophet ﷺ and his attention was playing the part. Sirat ibn Hisham says that in the mosque of the Prophet, the hypocrites used to come and they used to listen to the conversation of the Muslims, and they later on mock at them and also laugh at their religion. Sometime right in front of them they used to do like that. One day, from among the hypocrites, some people gathered there in the mosque of the Prophet, and the Holy Prophet ﷺ saw them whispering with one another. The Holy Prophet ﷺ commanded that, instructed that these people, they should be turned out of the mosque, and they were turned out from the mosque. Hadhrat Abu Bakr Ayyub, he went to Umar bin Qais, who was bin Ghanam bin Malik and Banu Najjar, and in the period of ignorance, he was also custodian of their statues. So he dragged him by the leg and took him out, and he was saying that, Abu Ayyub, are you going to throw me out of this meeting? And then he went to Rafi bin Wadiya, and he was also from Banu Najjar, and he wrapped him also in the same sheet and dragged him, and also he slapped him and threw him out of the mosque. Abu Ayyub was saying that, oh bad person, hypocrite, curse be on you. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, you go away from the mosque of the Prophet. Hadhrat Ammar bin Hazm, he went to Zayd bin Hakam bin and also took him by his beard and said, and and also dragged him out of the mosque. Then Hazrat Amara, and he put both his hands on his chest, that he fell down. With force he put it, and he said that you have injured me. And that Hazrat Amara said that, O hypocrite, Allah Almighty be death on you from Allah. The punishment that Allah Almighty has kept in reserve, that is more hard than that. So in future never come close to the mosque of the Prophet. On the occasion of Ghazwa Tabuk, when the Holy Prophet ﷺ was going towards Tabuk, on the way, at one place, the she camel and the Quswa was lost. The companions, they went round to search for it. And Mara bin Hazm was also there, very close to the Holy Prophet, who was and he was a companion who joined the Battle of Badr. And Hadhrat Amr bin Hazm, he was brother of him. And the narrator says that Hadhrat Amara, on his saddle, he was among those people that who used to take care of their journey and the arrangements related to that, and the riding on the camel. There was something which was put as the saddle, and he belonged to Banu Kanka, and he was a Jew. And there were the people who were taking care of the saddle, and there was a person who showed the signs of hypocrisy. And Zaid said, the same person who had converted to Islam but had some hypocrisy in his mind, and he said that this claim, very innocently he asked the question that does he not claim that he is a prophet? And he tells you about the news of the heaven when he himself does not know that where his she camel has gone. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, Hazrat Amara was there, very close to him at that time, and he also came to know about this. Allah Almighty informed him about what he said. So then certainly somebody has said, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that somebody had said that the Muhammad ﷺ tells you that he is a prophet, and he thinks that he is informing you about the news from heaven when he himself does not know where his camel has gone. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, made a comment that, by God, I do not know except that which Allah Almighty has given me the knowledge. I don't know the knowledge of the unseen. When Allah Almighty tells me, then I tell you. And then he said that in order to dumbfound this hypocrite, that he said that certainly Allah Almighty has told me about the camel, that she is in such and such cave, and he pointed out to one valley, and his bridle has been entangled in one place, so go and bring that camel back from there. So Allah Almighty, in order to make him speechless, this vision was shown to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, where the camel is standing and what's the problem. Ibn Naim says that Hazrat Amara, he went to his saddle, and he said that something very interesting has happened. The Holy Prophet ﷺ told us about somebody who was about which he was informed that this information, it is clear that what the hypocrite said, Allah Almighty informed him about that, and that was Zaid bin Salat. And Hazrat Amara, from his clan, somebody said that before you came, he did say like that which you are telling now. He told the Holy Prophet that the Zaid said this thing, exactly the same which you are telling us. So on that, Hazrat Amara took hold of Zaid from the neck, and he said, O servants of Allah, there was a snake in my saddle, and I am going to throw it away. And addressing Zaid, he said that in future I have got nothing to do with you. Some people say that Zayd later on repented, or he continued in his mischief. Finally he died. Hadhrat Ziyad bin Naam, Mara bin Hazm, he relates that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that there are 4 things that who acted upon that, he is from the Muslims. He becomes a Muslim, and who left even a single one, and then the other 3 will not benefit him if he leaves one. Hadhrat Zayd asked Amara, what are those things? He said the first is prayer, the zakat, fasting, and pilgrimage. These 4 things, to believe in that and to act accordingly is obligatory. Zakat is obligatory, zakat is also, and fasting as well. When the people have the health, and Hajj and pilgrimage, those who can afford to go for that, it's necessary. Anyway, to believe in these 4 things and to and act accordingly regarding these 4 things. Now these things, this is written in Asadul Ghaba. These are the books which are written in those books, and the Muslims say that these are this is the definition of Islam, and there are certain so-called ulama today who issued their own edict, and they have got their own definitions which they spread among the people. And the second Sahabi, which Hadhrat Abdullah bin Masood, is the second companion who is going to be mentioned today. His title was Abdur Rahman. He was related to Banu Huzail tribe. Abd was the name of the mother. He died in 32 year of Hijrah. His father's name, Masood bin Rafi, was the name of the father. Hadhrat Abdullah bin Masood, he is counted among those people who believed in early period. Hadhrat, his sister and his husband, when both of them they accepted Islam, then he also became Muslim at the same time. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ, before his entry into Dar-e-Arqam, he believed in him. Dar-e-Arqam, that was a place where the Muslims used to gather for prayer. Hadhrat Abdullah bin Masood says that I was the sixth person to believe in Islam. There was no other person. Regarding the incident he mentions, Abdullah bin Masood says that when I was attained the age of understanding, when I could recognize people and I could find out good and bad, this is nearly the age of maturity. And Uqba once said that he was looking after the sheep. The Holy Prophet ﷺ came, and Hazrat Abu Bakr was also with him. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said to me that, "Oh boy, do you have some milk?" I said, "Yes, I have. But I am Amin, I am a trustee, so I can't give that." So in this were piety in him. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "Yes, you bring bring a sheep which is not pregnant and is providing the milk, and I brought one sheep, and then I put his hand on the teats, and there was blood, milk coming out, and the Abu Bakr brought a utensil, and there was the milk gathered there, and he offered to Hazrat Abu Bakr and asked him to drink. And after that, and he once again he passed his hand on the teats, and I said that please teach me something which you have said. And he put his hand on my head and said, "You know very well." And I have directly memorized 70 chapters of the Holy Quran directly from the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Regarding him, Hadhrat Mirza Bashir Ahmad Sahib in Sirat Khatam al-Nabiyyin, he writes that Abdullah bin Masood, who was non-Qurayshi and he related to the tribe Uzail. He was a very poor person, and he used to look after the sheep of the tribe. After accepting Islam, he came to the Holy Prophet ﷺ and benefited the company of the Holy Prophet and became the scholar. And Fiqh Hanafi, most of the things they believe, they are based on his narrations and traditions. His religious superiority, and regarding that, there is a narration that Ibn Masud says that people know that out of all these people, I know the book of Allah better. There is no surah or no chapter in the Holy Quran, but I know that where it is. Abu Wail, the narrator, says that nobody denied this statement when Abdullah bin Masud made this statement. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, the four companions about whom he instructed to learn and listen the Quran from, then Abdullah bin Masud's name was on the top. In the Bacha Tafsir al-Quran, in the introduction of the Holy Quran, the Khalifatul Massih has given the detail of that. When people were very much interested in memorizing the Quran, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, so he appointed a community of those people, those who had learnt, memorized the whole Quran from the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and then they used to teach other people. These were the four prominent teachers, and their job was that they should learn from the Holy Prophet and teach other people. And then under them, there were so many other companions who used to teach the Quran to the people. So the names of these four teachers, Abdullah bin Masud, Salim Mawla bin Huzaifa, Muaz bin Jabal, and Ubay bin Ka'b. These were the four. The first two are immigrants, and the other two are Ansari. Regarding the jobs, Abdullah bin Masud, he was a laborer. Salim was a free slave, and Muaz bin Jabal and Ubay bin Ka'b, they were from the chiefs of the Medina. So from all sections of society, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, considering all the tribes, he appointed the proper readers of the Quran. In Hadith it is mentioned, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that Khuzul Qurana min arbatin, that min Abdullah bin Masud wa Salim wa Muaz ibn Jabal wa Ubay bin Ka'b, that those people who want to learn the Quran, they should learn from these people, Abdullah bin Masud, Salim, Muaz bin Jabal, and Ubay bin Ka'b. So these were those people. Hadhrat Muslim Maud says that these were the people who had learnt the whole Quran from the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and they should listen from them and get it corrected by the other people, they said. And there were some other people, those who also learnt the Quran from other companions. According to one tradition, it is mentioned that once Abdullah bin Masud pronounced a certain word in a different way, then Hadhrat Umar stopped him that it is not like that, it should be recited like this. On that, Abdullah bin Masud said that the Holy Prophet ﷺ taught me like that. Hadhrat Umar took hold of him and took to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and said that he recites the Quran wrong. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said that Abdullah bin Masud recite the Quran, and when he recited, the Holy Prophet said that this is quite right. Hadhrat Umar said that, O Prophet of Allah, you taught me in a different way. The Prophet said, what you are saying, that is also right. So Hadhrat Muslim Maud says that the result is that it indicates that these were the four companions. Only these were not those who learnt from the Holy Prophet, but there were other people. And this question of Hadhrat Umar, that you taught me like that, this statement of Hadhrat Umar, that indicates that he also learnt from the Holy Prophet ﷺ. In one narration it is mentioned that in Mecca, after the Holy Prophet ﷺ, the one who recited the Quran was Abdullah bin Masud, who openly recited the Quran. And it is mentioned that one day companions were sitting together, and they were saying that we haven't heard any Quraysh reciting the Quran. Is there anybody who can recite? Abdullah bin Masud said that I can do that. He said that we are afraid that maybe the non-believers may give you some harm. And if somebody is going to be killed, somebody else should be there, but not you. And if somebody is going to kill him, then his tribe will protect him. And Abdullah bin Masud said, don't worry, Allah will protect me. They were very bold indeed. And next day in the morning, he went to Muqam Ibrahim and started reciting the Holy Quran loudly. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ar-Rahmanu Allama al-Quran. And Quraysh, the people of Quraysh who were sitting in the meeting, they were very much surprised at this action. And they were surprised that this is the same reading which Hadhrat Muhammad is reciting. All of them stood up and started beating him on the face and beating him in the face. But he continued to recite, and he recited whatever he has intended. And after Abdullah bin Masud, when he went to his people, so as a result of the slapping on the face, the marks were there. And the companion said at this time that we were afraid of this, that you will be beaten by the people. Abdullah bin Masud said that these enemies of Allah, they are not so worse in my opinion as and they are now. And if you wish, I am ready to do this same thing again tomorrow. But the companion said, no, it is enough. You have made them listen what thing which they did not like. After accepting Islam by Abdullah bin Masud, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he asked him to live with him, and he used to serve the Holy Prophet ﷺ. The Holy Prophet has told him that when you listen to my voice and there is no curtain in the home, then you come without any permission. If the curtain is there at the door, then don't come without the permission. But if the curtain is rolled up, then the door is open, then you have listened to my voice, then you come and you are permitted. So it means at that time there are no other ladies. He looked after all the jobs of the Holy Prophet, help him wear the shoes, and if he had to accompany, he would accompany. And when he performed the wuzu, then he used to, he stood there and Sahibul Sivak, that the brush, he was the person, Sahibul Wisad and Sahibul Nalain. These are also the title given him, the shoes, the person of shoes. And he was the very close, having all, knowing the secrets, and the one who is spreading his bedding, and also taking care of this miswak, the brush, to clean the teeth, and also the one who was helping him in perform the wuzu and also make the arrangement for his bath. And he used to spread his bed. Sahibul Sawad, that is the title given to such person. And the shoes, the blessed shoes of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, who used to look after and put them right to play in this time. So he is also known as Sahibul Nalain, and the one who used to put the water for ablution, that is during the journey. So he always used to perform these duties. Abu Muli narrates that the Holy Prophet ﷺ, when he used to take bath, Hadhrat Abdullah bin Masud used to keep the curtain, and he used to, and when he went with him on the journey, he was always armed. Hadhrat Abdullah, Abu Musa narrates that when came from Yemen, then we thought, for the first time when we came, we understood that Hadhrat Abdullah bin Masud is from a family member of the Holy Prophet, because he and his mother's coming and going to the house of the Holy Prophet was very frequent, and they looked after all the jobs, and the mother as well. So when we came in early days, we thought that they are from the member of the family. Hadhrat Abdullah bin Masud, he was along with him in both the Hijrah, Medina, and the other one, and Ghazwa Uhud and Khandak, and he was participated along with the Holy Prophet. After the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he took part in Jang-e-Yarmouk. He was among those companions who were given the glad tidings during their life. In the Battle of Badr, Abu Jahl, the one who actually killed, among them Abdullah bin Masud is also one of them. And at the end of Ghazwa Badr, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that is there anyone who is going to bring the right news about Abu Jahl? And Abdullah bin Masud went, and he saw that he is very seriously injured and he is almost at the last moment of life. So his children, they took him there, Abu Jahl, and Abdullah bin Masud took hold of his beard and said, "Are you Abu Jahl?" And he asked arrogantly that, "Have you killed any great leader than me?" And the first was Bukhari, and this is Muslim. In Sahih Muslim, this narration is there that Abdullah bin Masud took hold of his beard and he said, "Are you Abu Jahl?" And Abu Jahl said that, "Before today, have you killed anybody who was more in status than me?" And he said that, "I wish that I could not have been killed. There were sons of a farmer who killed me, and I wish that I could have been killed by somebody else." Hadhrat Khalifatul II has given the detail in Tafsir Kabir that how the enemies, they were always burning in the fire of jealousy, and at the time of the death they were burning in another fire. And Abdullah bin Masud said that after the battle I saw that Abu Jahl is very seriously, and he's crying at that moment. I went to him and I asked, how are you? He said, "I am not afraid of my death because the soldiers die, but I feel that only two sons of farmers they have killed. So now you take the sword and cut my neck." But and he said that you cut my neck not at a short, but make it long. And Abdullah bin Masud said that I am not going to fulfill this last wish of you, and I will cut it very close to your head, so near the chin. So he cut the neck from there, and the head was severed from his body. So look that how big a fire was there which was burning Abu Jahl at that time, that he was burning in this fire, that the harm that we want to inflict upon the Holy Prophet, we cannot do it. And when the time of death came, then he was burning in this fire, that two young children from Medina, they have killed me, they have injured me, and at the last moment whatever he desired, but that was not fulfilled, and his neck was cut very close to his chin. So all types of fires he had to burn in that, and he left this world. When Abdullah bin Masud, he came to Medina, then Muaz bin Jabal, he stayed with him, and some say that Sa'd bin Khasma, he stayed with him in Mecca. He was Zubair bin Awam was his brother, and then in Medina Muaz bin Jabal was made his religious brother, and during this period his condition was not good. So the Holy Prophet ﷺ, when for the immigrants, so he arranged the accommodation near the Masjid al-Nabawi, the Prophet, his Prophet, then people from Banu Zuhra. So then they were reluctant, people of Banu Zuhra, that Abdullah bin Masud is a poor man and we are very rich. So they were a bit reluctant. When the Holy Prophet came to know about that, so this very weak and poor companion, he showed the honor of him, that is it Allah Almighty has raised me for this, that we should make a distinction between people. Remember that Allah Almighty is not going to bless those people who do not give the due right to their poor members. And then the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and he gave him the place Abdullah bin Masud very close to the mosque, when Banu Zuhra were given a place back in the mosque. Ibn Masud says that once he states himself that the Holy Prophet told me once that you recite to me Surah Nisa. Abdullah bin Masud, he narrates his own incident that the Holy Prophet said, recite to me Surah An-Nisa. And I said that how should I recite to you, because it has been revealed to you. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said that I wish and like that somebody else is reciting the Quran and I am listening. So he narrates that I started reciting, and when I came to this verse, فَكَيْفَ إِذَا جِئْنَا مِنْ كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ بِشَهِيدٍ وَجِئْنَا بِكَ عَلَى هَؤُلَاءِ شَهِيدًا, that what would be the condition when we are going to bring a witness from each and every ummah. A witness will be raised, and we will make you stand a witness over all these people. So at that time the tears were coming down from his eyes, and it is mentioned, and he said that that is enough. Once Hadhrat Umar, he was staying at Arafat. Somebody came to him and said that, O Amir al-Mu'mineen, it is after his Khilafat, that I have come from Kufa, and I have seen that there is a person that somebody writes without looking at the text of the Holy Quran, and he was very angry. He said that this is the style, and he asked, who is he? He said, having a fear, that it is Abdullah bin Masud. At that, the anger of Hadhrat Umar went away, and he became calm, and he said that I do not consider anybody more eligible than Abdullah bin Masud to do this one. Hadhrat Umar says that at night time, Hadhrat Abu Bakr and myself, we were along with the Holy Prophet. We passed by Abdullah bin Masud. He was offering the Nawafil, and in that he was reciting the Holy Quran, some part of it. And he was standing and he was reciting. The Holy Prophet ﷺ stood there and started listening to his recitation. And then he went to Ruku, then Sajda. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that, O Abdullah, whatever you are going to ask, that is going to be granted. Then the Holy Prophet ﷺ left the place, and he said that who is pleased to know that he should recite the Holy Quran in the way as it was revealed. So then such a person should come and learn this style from Abdullah bin Masud, Musnad Ahmad bin Hanbal. This narration is quoted. Hadhrat Abdul Rahman bin Yazid narrates that we went to Hadhrat Huzaifa and told him that tell us about a person who was very close to the tradition of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, always following it and exactly doing very closely, minutely and accurately, and so that we should get some knowledge from him, and we should listen some traditions. He said that the style of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, the nearest to that is Abdullah bin Masud. The Sunnat Rasul, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and this, he was so much desirous of following it. The condition was such that after the demise, when the companions used to be asked that what were the habits, and the Holy Prophet ﷺ, out of the companions, who is very close to that, whose style we should also adopt. So Hadhrat Huzaifa used to say that according to my knowledge, that in the walking and style of life and manners, and Hadhrat Abdullah bin Masud was very closest to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. That is why the Holy Prophet used to say that for my ummah I wish those things which are very Abdullah bin Masud is very fond of those things. This is in Bukhari. Hadhrat Al-Qama says that Abdullah bin Masud and his during his character and noble things, he was given the example that he is similar to Holy Prophet ﷺ. Ubaidullah says that his habit was that when other people would sleep, then he would get up for tahajjud. And one night I heard him whispering something just like the honey bee till the morning. Hadhrat Ali narrates that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that if without any advice, if I would have appointed somebody as Amir, then I would appointed Abdullah bin Masud. And then in one place Hadhrat Ali, this thing is quoted as such, that Tabaqatul Kubra, it says that Hadhrat Ali says that the Holy Prophet ﷺ told me that if apart from the Majlis-e-Shura of Muslims, if I would appoint somebody Amir, then Abdullah bin Masud would be appointed. And he says that after accepting Islam, I did not sleep at the time of the sometime after the sun, Chasht. And he used to love his family and children. When we used to come, and he would just make a voice like coughing, and to inform anybody and say Salam. And his daughter says that Hadhrat, an old lady was wearing me a sort of charm, and sometime the ladies are in the habit to get some blessing. So because of the fear of Abdullah bin Masud, as I knew that he does not like this, so because of that, so I just hid it under the bed, and he looked towards my neck and said, "What is this thread?" I said, "This is a charm." And he immediately broke it, and he threw it away. That in Abdullah's family, Abdullah's family is completely free from setting up partners with Allah. And he said that I have heard from the Holy Prophet that this type of thing and doing this thing is part of setting up partners. And she mentioned that sometime there was a problem with my eyes, and used to get the taweez, the charm, from a Jewish person, and after that I used to feel better. Abdullah bin Masud said that all these are satanic things. For you, this prayer of the Holy Prophet is good enough, and that prayer is Azabil Bas Rabban Nas Ishfe Awanta Shafi La Shifa illa Shifauka Shifan La Yughadiru Sakama. That, oh, the nourisher of the people, remove my difficulty, give me the cure. You are the one who gives cure, and apart from your cure there is no other cure which is valid, which does not leave anything behind. And now those people who go to the peers and fakirs and such people who are having some drugs and they sleep overnight, and people go to there and they say, we have got all these things, we have got the children, etc. So this is the reply to all those things, these things which they do. Once Abdullah bin Masud, he went to see one of his friend Abu Umair. He was not there, so he sent this salam to his wife and asked for water. There was no water available at that time, so she sent a female helper to get some water, and she did not come for a long time. This slave girl was there, the wife of Umar, and she scolded her. And when she came and put curse upon her, Hadhrat Abdullah came back thirsty. And the next day when he met Umar, that he asked the reason why you have came without drinking water, you went back. He replied that your wife, when she cursed the servant, so then I remembered one thing from the Holy Prophet, that the one who is accursed, if he is without any sin, then the curse comes back to the person who does it. So if the servant is without any fault, then I will be involved in that one. So if there was, this was the condition of those people, that if there was a remote idea, a remote sort of link with something bad, then they would avoid. And he was very slim, tall, and wheatish color, but the clothes were very good, white clothes, white, and used to use perfume, and he would recognized by his perfume. Hadhrat Ali says that once the Holy Prophet ﷺ, for some job, he asked Abdullah bin Masud to climb a tree. The companions looked at their very slim calves and legs, so they started laughing at that. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said that, why do you laugh? The scale of the good deeds of the good deeds of Hadhrat Abdullah bin Masud will be heavier than the Uhud mountain. And in one narration it is mentioned that his hair would touch the neck and shoulders, and in the prayer he used to turn them back. Somebody says that once I was sitting, Abdullah bin Masud came because he was small in stature, in height, and some people, because he was not very, there were some people who were very high in tall in stature, status in their height, so he was hiding behind them and almost difficult to see. When Hazrat Umar saw him, then he started, he smiled, and then he talked to him very lovingly, and Abdullah was stood all the time, and then he stood up so that he should not be hidden behind the people. And after the talking, when Hazrat Umar went back, Hazrat Abdullah went away. Then when he saw him going, and he looked at him until he disappeared, and then Hazrat Umar said that this person is full of knowledge, is like a utensil full of knowledge, and his intellectual status and status of knowledge, one can guess it from this thing, that when Muaz bin Jabal was about to die and he was requested that give us some advice, so he said that the knowledge and faith has got a status. Whosoever is trying to get it, he is successful. And then he said, in order to get ilm, the knowledge and the iman, then the Muaz bin Jabal, he mentioned 4 people, and then Abdullah bin Masud's name was also among those people. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, after him, he was sent to Kufa for the training of the people, when Ammar bin Yasir was sent as a ruler, and also wrote to the people of Kufa that both of them, they are the selected companions out of the companions of the Holy Prophet, very special people. They are the people who fought in Badr. So you follow these people and obey their commandments and listen to them. I consider Abdullah bin Masud better than myself. Hadhrat Usman Raziyallahu Anhu, when in the last sickness of Hadhrat Abdullah bin Umar, he went to inquire about his health, and he asked, is there any complaint or difficulty? If he asked that if there is a complaint, then is that I have done so many sins. And then Hadhrat Usman said that, are you in need of something? He said that I only seek the blessing of my Lord. And Hadhrat Usman said, should I appoint a doctor for you who could look after your health? He said that the doctor has actually made me sick. That means that I am quite happy with whatever is the will of Allah. And then Hadhrat Usman said, should I appoint some stipend for you? He said, no, I don't need anything. Hadhrat Usman said that this money will be useful for your daughters. He said that, are you afraid of their getting very poor? And he said that I have asked my daughters that every day you Surah Waqia, recite those every day. That anybody at night time would recite Suratul Waqia, he will never face the problem of hunger. So this was the dependence and the reliance upon Allah Almighty of these very shiny stars of Islam. Salma bin Tamam says that somebody, he met Hazrat Abdullah bin Masud and told him the dream that I saw you in the dream last night, that the Holy Prophet ﷺ is sitting on a very tall member and you are underneath. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, O Ibn Masud, you come to me. You have showed very indifference after me. And he asked that the person that, have you really seen that dream? And he said yes. And he asked him that, have you come to say my prayer? because I feel that my time of departure is near. And he died later on, soon. But before that, when the people came to know about his, he was called from Kufa to Medina. People asked him to stay in Kufa, and he said, we will take care of you and protect you. But when the sickness, perhaps Hadhrat Usman had called him there anyway. So that was in the condition of health. And the person who narrated that dream, and after that it so happened that he was called from Kufa. Hadhrat Usman called him to come from Kufa, despite the fact that these people wanted him to stay there and asked that we are going to look after you. But he said that the command of the Khalifa of the time is very essential, and that is binding for me. And he said, there are going to be some trials, and I don't wish that I should be one of those who start this trial. And he died in 32 in Medina, and Hadhrat Usman led his janazah prayer, and he was buried in Jannatul Baqi. At the time of his demise, his age was more than 60. According to another narration, his age was more than 70. At the time of his demise, Hadhrat Abu Musa, he said to Abu Masood that, do you think that Abdullah bin Masood has left anybody who is having the same qualities? And he said that the Holy Prophet ﷺ, when we were not permitted to go to the Holy Prophet, then Abdullah bin Masood was allowed to go. And when we were not present in the meeting, then Abdullah bin Masood was along with the Prophet to serve him and benefit from his company. So how is it possible that anybody could be having the same qualities? Abdullah bin Masood, he was very firmly following the tradition of the Holy Prophet. Once Hazrat Aisha was asked that out of the two companions of the Holy Prophet, one person is closing the fast very quickly, just along with the sunset, and offer the prayers immediately after the sunset, and the other person is, the other people and the two people, they do it a bit late. That who does earlier? He said Abdullah bin Masood is the one who completes the fast immediately by sunset. He said that the Holy Prophet ﷺ, she said that this, what Abdullah bin Masood does, the same was the practice of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. This was said by Hazrat Aisha. And there are some other narrations about that, which inshallah I will mention later on. Allah Almighty enable us to follow the path of these shiny stars of Islam.